Good evening, everyone. We're just waiting for people to join and seeing people come in here. So you're very welcome. Great to have you here this evening. We'll kick off in 1 minute. Great. So we're going to kick off. We'll keep things on time. So you're very welcome to this webinar, Beyond Medication, a holistic approach to sustainable weight loss, coming to you from Beyondbmi. My name is Rob Komisky. I'm the head of growth at Beyondbmi, and we have a panel of guests here this evening. We've got our health coaches, Nikki and Paul. We have our brand ambassador, Belinda Hogan from Ozempic Insights. And we also have our care coordinator, Alan Doonan here. So we'll get a chance to chat with you through the next half an hour. Just a few friendly reminders. We're going to run the webinar for approximately 30 minutes and we'll try and keep it tight to time. We know you all have homes and evenings to go to. We're recording the webinar for use afterwards. That's just to pass on the video afterwards for those who can't make it. And at the end, we'll be giving some clarity on an offer that you can use, and it's just a reminder to book in a call with one of our care coordinators, Alan or Joanna, after the call. Just given the numbers this evening and the time, we're not going to answer questions online, but keep note of those questions and book in a call with either Alan or Joanna, and they'll be more than happy to go into a bit more detail and answer those with you over the next couple of days. Just to discuss quickly the agenda for this evening, we're going to just have a quick rundown of what exactly is Beyondbmi and the program. I'm then going to pass over to our health coaches, Nikki and Paul, and they're going to talk about the role of the health coach in our program and how they can support you holistically on your weight management journey. We're then going to have a quick Q&A with Belinda from Ozempic Insights, who's our brand ambassador. And if you stick around to the end, you might even see a special offer. So don't go anywhere. Just very quickly to go into some detail on what exactly Beyondbmi and our program is. Well, it's a medically led program for sustainable weight loss. So this is a program that's been designed by experts and specialists in the field of obesity and weight management. It's taken into consideration research, opinions, experience from doctors, dietitians, and of course our health coaches, and really based around evidence-based success and safe treatment. So what that looks like for our users, we offer a virtual program. So you can attend appointments through our portal and online platform. No need to travel to appointments. We offer you experts in obesity and weight management. So that's doctors, dietitians, and health coaches. And most importantly, the latest advancements in obesity treatment. And that's a personalized plan between you and your doctor. It could include medication, and it also includes a holistic plan to suit you personally. And we also offer top-class support. So not only are you getting the support, motivation, and accountability from your health coaches directly, but there's also a trained, dedicated support team there to help you access medication if there are supply issues, answer questions around health insurance, and anything else that comes up there. So you'll be very well supported on the Beyondbmi program. And what does the actual program look like? Well, initially, you'll fill out a personalized health and medical questionnaire so that we have details and can share that with your medical team. You'll then get started and introduced to your health coach, and we'll start the journey with them. The next stage in the process, after meeting with your health coach, is meeting with your doctor, and then shortly after your dietitian, who will help you with the nutrition end of things. And then you'll begin your program. And I suppose it's, I think Belinda and the health coaches will talk about this later. It's not a quick fix. This is something that you'll start to work across over the first couple of months, and we'll start to see health gains. It's not just about the scales, it's also about other health complications and improvements that you'll see throughout your journey. And as I mentioned before, it's about getting that ongoing support. So, whether it's from the accountability side for your health coaches or using our dedicated support team for medication access, insurance claims, and any other questions that will make your life easier. So that's just a very quick rundown of exactly how the program works. What I'm going to do now is just quickly hand you over to Nikki and Paul, who are our health coaches on the program, and they're going to give you a rundown on some of their own experience on how they can help individuals like you with a holistic plan on your weight management journey.
Thanks, Rob. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, my name is Paul. I'm one of the health coaches here at Beyondbmi, and here with my colleague, Nikki. And yeah, I'd love to kind of just give you a bit of an overview of, I guess, what kind of health coaching is and a little bit around how it can support you in this holistic approach to weight management. So health coaching is kind of relatively new in Ireland, but it's a big part of what we do here. It's one of like the main pillars, the supporting pillars of what we do. We support the dietitians and the doctors, and our members get support from our kind of coaching staff around how to start to work on some behavior change and integrate some of those things into life. So health coaching is a really collaborative process. We're here to really help empower our members to take control of their health and their well-being. And we help them do that by providing guidance, clear support, and strategies to create the sustainable behavior change. And it's a really personalized approach that we take. So everyone is different and everyone needs that, unique approach. So we're really focused on helping you create lifestyle changes that will lead to really long-term health gains. But we know that this is complicated, begin to change our habits, our patterns, and creating those new routines that we want to integrate into life takes time. So we're really here to help you do that over this long period, which is in this program. So we help and support our members by focusing on some of these key pillars of health. So improving the lifestyle in these areas. So in the coaching, we focus a lot on behavioral change. So around mindset, habits, relationship with food, kind of overcoming that stress, boredom, eating routines, a lot of unlearning around the diet culture and confusion that's out there as well. And we focus on things that people are really interested in, like improving fitness and energy, so they can play more with their kids and just be present with their partner and just feel better in themselves. Help them look at like tools to manage stress, chronic stress in life, and improving things like sleep quality. All of those like real key pillars that keep us healthy and feeling well, because we really want to focus on health gains here. So part of our role is to create a very clear pathway for you to overcome some of those day-to-day obstacles and challenges that are interrupting maybe those new habits that you want to create that feel more aligned with you. And doing that in a very personalized and not in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. So we want to avoid that overwhelm, make sure it feels really realistic and sustainable for you. So we help you to avoid that kind of stop-start cycle. I don't know if you've experienced that, but the frustration that can kind of bring, looking more at building some very strong foundational habits that you can bring with you and take with you after the program is finished. And you have a coaching team in your corner to provide accountability, help you achieve what you set out to do. And you're not doing this on your own. And that's a big part of what we're here, is to provide some of that support. So I'd like to pass now to my colleague, Nikki, who is the lead health coach here, and she's going to give you a little bit more detail on what the coaching process looks like within Beyondbmi.
Great, thanks, Paul. So in the Beyondbmi program, you have the opportunity to book a health coach call every single month. So essentially, you have a very regular touch point with your health coach. And those monthly calls, they provide a really fantastic opportunity to really create some space to reflect on how things are going in general. Because life happens, challenges may happen, but also wins can happen too along the way. And it's really important that you can share it. And those monthly calls are like an anchor. So it helps us to ground ourselves and to really reflect and proceed based on the new learnings, new findings about ourselves. So it's a process. One of the biggest benefits of the program is that we have time, and we are all individuals. We are all very complex individuals, and it's really important that we take things step by step, smaller steps, and we really help to find your way, your own unique way of improving some of these things in your life, because we do spend a lot of time following following other people's path and that are trying to put us in a box. But in order to achieve that really long-term sustainable change and sustainable approach, we really need to approach it from our own perspective and finding our own way. And that's exactly what the health coach can help you with. We have a team of health coaches with different backgrounds and expertise. So really everyone can find someone who they click with. And today we are really, really fortunate to join by one of our members, Belinda, who is with us for over a year now. So welcome, Belinda, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Nikki.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So yeah, I've been with Beyondbmi for 12 months now. I have been a yo-yo dieter for 35 years. I'm 48 now. I started Ozempic a year and a half ago, and I was on Ozempic on my own for that length of time, 6 months, and then after that I joined Beyondbmi and set up Ozempic Insights on Instagram. So yeah, that's me.
Thanks for sharing that, Belinda. I think everyone really appreciates to hear from someone who's been on that journey and is still on that journey. So I'm wondering, when you joined us, Belinda, what aspects of the program really stood out to you, and has that changed over time?
I think the two biggest things that stood out to me were having a dietitian and having a health coach. I suppose the first thing I would want to say about having a dietitian is, having spent 35 years in and out of slimming rooms, and never actually learning anything about nutrition. Just been told what to eat, when to eat it, how to eat it, and just having no educational input in those rooms at all. And then going from that to having a dietitian it was just brilliant, you know. And the fact that it's one-to-one, somebody to sit down with and tell you exactly what food is going to help you, why it's going to help you, and what you can do to make your life better with food. You know, I mean, I had a terrible relationship with food coming out of those slimming rooms, and it's well on the way to be mended now, thankfully. Yeah. And the other one then, the health coach. Well, I think I've had like about 9 or 10 appointments with my health coach up to now. And really, I suppose the one thing I will say about it, it's very holistic, it's very inclusive, and it's constant. It looks at every aspect of your life. Anything I need to talk about, I will talk about. For instance, when I went into having my health coach appointments, I never really knew that I was a binge eater. I didn't know that I was a yo-yo dieter. I didn't know that I was a secret eater. And all of those things came out when I was having my appointments with my health coach, you know. So they're the two biggest things. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Belinda. That's really, really insightful. When it comes to the challenges that you encountered, what were some of the biggest challenges while you were on Ozempic or in the program, and how did you overcome them?
There wasn't really, can't say that there has been many challenges. Well, I suppose one of them would have been the shortage of medication. Previous to Beyondbmi, when I was on it on my own for 6 months, I couldn't get the medication, and if I couldn't get it, then I just couldn't take it. But when I joined Beyondbmi and I couldn't get medication, the support team would ring around my local area, find a pharmacy that had it in stock, and then that would continue to supply me with it. And the other good thing about that was as well that because Beyondbmi had the conversation with the chemist, I was able to walk in there and get Ozempic for the first time without feeling ashamed that I was getting it. There was no questions asked. They just handed it over the counter and that was it. And I didn't have to fight for it, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. And can you share a specific instance when support from the health coaches or the dietitian made a significant impact in your health journey?
Yeah, I suppose the one I just mentioned there would definitely have been the realization that I was a binge eater and that I was a secret eater. For me to have realized that within that safe space just opened up so much for me. It just really changed my mental health, and it helped my mental health no end as well, because for years before Ozempic and Beyondbmi, I didn't realize that I was a binge eater. I didn't realize I was so far gone that I didn't have that realization myself. But yeah, that's one of the good things.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Belinda. Yeah, it's so wonderful to hear your story. Yeah, I'm really curious, like, is there any like specific features about, the Beyondbmi program that you've found particularly beneficial over your time here so far?
I suppose the thing that's really, really helped is the consistency of having the same person to speak to, not having to start over every month and tell somebody else your story. It makes a huge difference to your consultation, and the relationship that I've built while I've been with Beyondbmi, it's been fantastic. It really has, because every single month when I go into my next appointment, it's just so easy to pick up where we left off, So the consistency, yeah, that's one of the brilliant things, and it's a rarity. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the consistency is definitely an important part for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I know one thing that comes up a lot on the coaching, and something that we try and talk to our members about, is really like emphasizing the importance of like non-scale victories. So not getting too disheartened if the number on the scale isn't budging immediately. I wonder, Belinda, like, do you have any like personal achievements or milestones, or those kind of non-scale victories that you're especially proud of?
Yeah, I've had loads of them. too many to go into, to be honest. But I think the biggest one so far has been stepping away from the scales. I know that there's thousands and thousands of people out there that have let the scales, like me, run their whole life. I mean, every single day for 35 years, wondering, is the scales going to let me have a good day, or is it going to let me have a bad day, or is it going to affect my whole life? And, not knowing why the scales was doing what it was doing. And then being with Beyondbmi, I think in my first 6 months, I was just able to step away from them, and I was able to trust the process. And it's just the most freeing thing that's occurred in my life, I think, since joining Beyondbmi. Definitely, it was awful. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for sharing that. That's a really powerful story.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one last question for you, Belinda, and thank you again for taking the time for us. If you, with a little bit of hindsight, thinking about, when you first started, what advice would you give to someone starting their weight management journey with Beyondbmi?
Good question. I think to go in there with the thought in your mind that you're going in there and this is a journey. It's not a quick fix. It is holistic. It's all inclusive. Like, it's going to affect every single part of your life, and it's going to improve every single part of your life. So going in there and starting a journey, enjoy the journey, enjoy all of the little milestones that are going to come, because they will come, and they come pretty fast. So, especially, like, how would I say it? The biggest thing for me was how it helped my mental health as well along the way, especially my mental health around binge eating, and my mental health around how I looked, how I felt about myself. all of that changes and all of that gets better. But again, it's a journey. It doesn't happen in the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, you know, so just go in there and pace yourself. You won't regret it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Belinda. Really, really grateful for you sharing, being so open and honest with us. And yeah, just really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Belinda.
Thanks, Nikki.
Great. Well, thanks everyone. Really appreciate everyone coming on this evening. Great to hear from the health coaches directly, and always great to hear about Belinda's journey. It's so powerful to hear from someone who's been on the program and has, you know, seen through the ups and downs and has learned from it and can share that journey and so, being so honest about it. So really appreciate that. Just before we finish up, I wanted to introduce you very quickly to one of our care coordinators, Alan, who alongside Joanna can really help you get your journey started. So I'm just going to introduce you quickly to Alan and let him talk a little bit about how he can help you get started with Beyondbmi.
Thanks very much, Rob. So yeah, hi guys, my name is Alan. And along with Joanna, we are care coordinators at Beyondbmi. So our role is basically to have initial consultation calls with potential clients like yourself, just to outline the program and just sort of understand how we can support your weight loss journey. And importantly, answer any questions that you might have before beginning the program with us at Beyondbmi. So feel free to book a call with either Joanna or myself after you complete the healthcare questionnaire. You can have access to our calendars and we'd be more than happy to speak to you about everything Beyondbmi and how we can support you. And don't forget to use the discount code that's displayed on the screen now. So that's webinar 50 to avail of 50 euros off your first month with us as part of the promotional activity for this evening.
Brilliant, thanks. We've dropped the book a call link into the chat. So for anyone on the call, you can use that link. We'll also follow up afterwards with an email. We'll share the recording, we'll share the calendar link, and we'll also remind you of that code. The code's valid until Sunday, June 30th, which is this Sunday. So there are a couple of days to ask any questions in advance and use that. And that aside, we'll finish up now. And thanks again to the panel for everyone who joined and gave us the information. Thanks again to Belinda, and I hope you all have a great evening.